So I was wondering, I was watching this little news piece on, I think it was CNBC, about Hollywood and how will it be the same after COVID-19, and I just started to wonder about that. And I titled this, "Will Jennifer Lopez Matter After COVID-19?" And I say Jennifer Lopez, but I mean Hollywood in general. She's just one of the biggest stars out there that people pay attention to, or at least she would like for people to pay attention to. And I'm sure plenty of people do and follow her and so on. And I mean, will that change? Are people going to start focusing on themselves more and finding what they do as important as opposed to what somebody else is doing that doesn't have any effect on your life? I don't know. I mean, these people never had any kind of hold on me. I liked looking at the fashion and the different galas and events that they would go to and dress up. And I would really enjoy looking at that because I love style and fashion. And, it was so beautiful and they looked so beautiful. And there wasn't anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with shows like that, in my opinion. But where I start to fall off is just following everything that these people do and becoming fanatical over them and, staring at them on Instagram and Facebook and watching, I mean, you get the picture. I mean, there's a healthy amount of appreciation and then you move on. At some point it just spills over into psychotic, crazy, nutty. So just based on what I was looking at on that item, that news piece, rather, it was a clip, a movie. What am I saying? It was a television clip that was put out on YouTube. And it was interesting. A lot of these people were saying that they didn't think it would be the same. How is this distancing business, this quote unquote social distancing, going to change, that industry? Well, I mean, you're not going to have to social distance for the remainder of your life. That's unrealistic. It's not possible, and people won't even think to do it after a while. They'll just think about what they're doing as opposed to social distancing. I don't even care if you put signs up. People are just eventually not even going to see that. And they're just going to do what they do. You know? So, based on everything, what I've seen and whatnot about Hollywood and what they do, and I think it will change, and I think that people will start to realize that those things weren't as important. Now, I don't want movies and documentaries and television shows. I don't want that to go, because that's a way of escaping. I enjoy entertainment. I enjoy movies. I don't take them to the next level and think that, apocalyptic movies mean that's what's going to happen in real life. I don't subscribe to that. I watch the movie and it ends when the credits come rolling up. And then I'm done with it. I don't start analyzing it and trying to figure things out. No. I don't care if somebody's telling me something in a movie about this, that, or the other thing that's negative and doesn't really have any effect. No, drop the really. Doesn't have an effect on my life. These things that people are constantly looking at and discussing about and theorizing about don't have any effect on my life, and they probably don't have any effect on those people's lives. They just don't have anything better to do. Meanwhile, they could have families, and they probably should focus on their families, but they won't. Maybe at some point they'll wake up. There were things that I at one time were interested in, not wholeheartedly, but I would say I would give it some attention. And then I just realized, you know what? That isn't worth the little bit of time I was giving it. I would look at people and start to think, what are you talking about? How are you even drawing those conclusions? So, anyway, my point in all of this is I think that Hollywood will definitely come back, but the question is, will people have any real interest in it? And I think to the extent that it will entertain us like it did before, maybe people will come back and do things the way I did them, which is to just watch the movie, look at the beautiful fashions because they're beautiful. The style is, I love it. It's the creativity I think is amazing, and I don't want that to, I don't want to lose that. I don't have any jealousy or envy over these people dressing up, looking glam. I think it's beautiful. I think it's art. And it shouldn't go anywhere. It should be right where it's at. Right where it should it should right where it's at is nowhere right now. What I meant to say is it should come back and be the same. And it just might be. So, anyway, yeah. That's my story today.